Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. By far one of the most common questions I get asked on this channel is how much does it cost to rent an apartment, or specifically my apartment, in the Pearl, Qatar. So I'm going to show you guys some data from hundreds of apartments in the Pearl and let you guys know how much it costs to rent one. So there are essentially three neighborhoods in the Pearl, and those are the ones I'm going to focus on today. There are some other side roads and areas you can live in, but they're a lot less common and either more expensive or just there aren't many units available there. So today we're going to talk about living in Puerto Arabia, Viva Maria, and Quanat Quartier. QQ is what we call it. It's a little Italian district that looks like Venice essentially, with some pretty colored buildings. So those are the three main areas to live in, and those are the ones I'm going to talk about today. To keep things simple, if you look at a spread of all of the apartments in the Pearl based on their area, you can see that it will cost you approximately 3,400 reals plus 45 reals per square meter to rent an apartment in the Pearl. And this doesn't take into account one bedroom, two bedroom, or anything. That's basically what you can expect to pay. So if you have an idea of what kind of size apartment you want, you can use that as a baseline for how much your apartment will cost. Next, we'll get into studio apartments. So studio apartments are obviously the most affordable option if you're going to live in the Pearl. And in Puerto Arabia, you can expect to pay between 6,000 and 7,000 reals per month, while in Viva Maria, it's generally about 6,000 reals per month to rent a studio apartment. There are no studio apartments in QQ, so if you're interested in a studio, your choices are pretty much between Viva Maria and Puerto Arabia. If you're looking for a one bedroom yourself, the least expensive place to live is in Viva Maria. Here you can find one bedroom for just about 8,000 reals per month. Then if you're looking in Puerto Arabia, it's about 8,000 to 9,000 reals per month. And then lastly, in QQ, you can expect to pay around 10,000 reals per month for a one bedroom. Next, for two bedrooms, it's about the same sort of hierarchy as one bedrooms. The neighborhoods are priced pretty similarly, but the least expensive is in Viva Maria, where you can find an apartment from between 10,500 reals a month to 13,000 reals a month pretty easily. Over in Puerto Arabia, you'll expect to pay around 11,000 reals per month, and then in QQ, it's around 13,000 reals per month. And lastly, for three bedrooms, here there aren't as many units available, so the prices kind of range quite a bit depending on what sort of setup you're looking for. A lot of three bedrooms can also be townhouses, which is another kind of, feature to the apartment. So there are 2 floors, some of them have a garage, there are lots of different options. So these apartments tend to be priced very mixed compared to the other 1, 2 bedroom and studio apartments. But if you're in Viva, the prices are, really all over the place. There aren't too many 3 bedrooms available in Viva Maria. If you're in Puerto Arabia, they're a little bit more common. So there, the prices are about 15,000 to 16,000 reals per month. And then over in QQ, you can expect to pay between 16,000 and 17,000 reals per month. So now that you know the expected rent per month, what else are you going to be paying per month? Well, luckily there are only 2 main things that you'll be paying. First is the electricity, and second is the cooling water, which is used for your air conditioning. So for electricity, it's really inexpensive. I normally end up paying around 50 reals per month, which is super cheap, and I never really have to worry about that one as much. Cooling water, on the other hand, is quite expensive. In the Pearl, they have this thing where it's a fixed rate based on the area of your apartment, and then they add on based on your usage. And the usage itself is very inexpensive. I have never paid probably more than 100 reals, especially in the winter. Sometimes it's like 20 reals for several months. So that part of the fee is really, really minimal. What really gets you is the capacity fee, which, like I said, is based on the square footage of your apartment. So if you have a larger apartment, you're going to pay more no matter how much AC you use. If you have a smaller apartment, you're going to pay less. What it comes down to right now is you multiply the area of your apartment in square meters by 3.8. That is your monthly usage fee, and then just multiply it by however months you're getting billed for. Generally, this runs me about 500 reals per month, which is quite a bit actually, I think, especially because I really don't use much air conditioning in the winter time, or in the summertime I try and like time my air conditioning so it's not on all day. But no matter what you do, you're essentially going to be paying this fee. So you can use as much AC as you want, and it really won't rack up your bill as much as this capacity fee just does off the bat. So hopefully that gives you guys a good idea of how much apartments cost in the Pearl. This is from June of 2020, and prices are obviously always changing depending on the market. And as new units come on the market, a lot of times the rent for other units tends to go down, and they're building more stuff every single day here. So it's always changing. And rental rates tend to vary depending on whether your maintenance is included or not, and also how many parking spaces you have, what kind of facilities they have available. So there are a lot of other things that go into it, but those are kind of generally the average price you can expect to pay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you did, be sure to give it a like below or subscribe to my channel for more content about life in Qatar, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!